We tried to film this yesterday.
Can't insert any clips.
No, because we just deleted them all. Yep. Because there was no sound, or there was a, what is it, a metronome?
Yeah, there was a metronome, because it, pretty much, that's what it sounds like on the mic.
Yeah, that was 5 hours wasted of filming.
Yeah.
Moved on. So today's a new day, and we're gonna figure this shit out and tell you some motherfucking stories.
Welcome to May I.
I'm drannz.
And I'm Amelie. Wait, before we go, can we just dive in about our new space?
Our new space. We're gonna redo these chairs.
So they'll look different soon. But right now, we are in our 80s.
Yeah. This was pretty much all on a Monday.
This is all on a Monday, yeah.
Because first Monday broke me, and then yesterday destroyed me. And now...
No, Monday broke you, yesterday shit on your corpse. That's what it was.
Yeah, no, that makes sense, yeah.
I get on, it's about 4 o'clock.
4:30, yeah.
Yeah, and I already have some tables started for me. And as soon as I get on, my manager's like, okay, like, they're weird. Like, this one table's really weird. And I'm like, go on. Guy, so it's like, it's 2 girls and a guy. This one dude is like, apparently taking the knife and like stabbing the napkin and like cutting it up while she's trying to talk to him, be like, hi guys, like, can I get you anything to drink? And like completely ignoring her. And it's just, she finally gets them to talk to her and like get a drink order or something. And everyone's starting to talk. He grabs the knife and is like, shut up. We drop off the calamari, which is their appetizer, and I'm going to go do my quality check, and I go over, and the guy is, like, inspecting the calamari ring. He's just looking at it and, like, you know, squeezing it, like, smelling it, like, he's looking at it. And I walk over, I'm like, how's everything tasting, guys? And he just looks to me, and, like, with the calamari ring, he's like, vegetarian? I'm like, pescatarian? Like, we're trying to do this, like, word matching game. Like, am I winning? Like, are we on the same team? Like, I don't know what's going on. And then the girl, like, who ordered the calamari for herself, apparently they weren't sharing, which
and he was just putting his hands in it?
In it, yeah.
Why are you taking this guy around?
She's like, no, like, that's, like, it's fish. And I'm like, yeah, it's squid. And then so he grabs the ring, and then he grabs, like, a tentacle one. And he's just like, you got live ones in the back? Is this Red Lobster? Like what? Like, no.
This isn't PetSmart.
So I bring out their entrees and all that, and because he said the vegetarian thing, it kind of like put a red flag in my head.
Yeah. And
he had ordered the Caesar salad with chicken. I go bring it and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna really enunciate that this is chicken. So I go over, I have all the food, I'm like, chicken Caesar salad? Me. Chicken. But yeah, exactly. So I was like, do I have to start making noises? Because like, I mean, I don't know what a squid makes, but I sure know as fuck what a chicken makes. So
she went to preschool.
Graduated. And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna pack this up and go bring it and then drop off the bill. And I'm going over with the machine. I'm like, oh God, here we go. Pray for me, like pray to the gods, like do my little shaman, like spell thing. And I go over and there's cash. I'm like,
cash can be a scary.
It's a gamble. Long story short, this is the story. Plot twist! This is the story of my worst tipper.
And that's the end of our show.
Bye. So I go over to get the money, and I see it, and I'm like, I see a 50. I'm like, okay. So we're Canadian, so all our money is color coded.
So I know. So
we know what we're getting off the bat.
Yeah.
So I see 50. I don't see any green. I see 3 purple. 60, 70, 80.
What was the bill? 79?
79.01. Thank you so much for your 99 cents.
Can't even take that to the 99-cent store.
I can't. Taxed. Yeah, I can't.
Plus, you're not getting any of that money. It's all going to tip out.
And then I notice that the bag is still on the table.
Oh, their food's there?
Their food's there. And me, like, you know, I would just be like, chuck it, like, yeah, fuck it. No. I grabbed it. It was raining. And I ran out to go give it back to them. And I'm about halfway in the rain. Hey guys!
Pissing!
Hey guys, you forgot your food! The guy turns around he starts to walk away, and I'm just standing there in the rain, defeated, like every fucking rom-com ever made. And I walk to the back, I fucking grab the bag, and I just fucking slam it in the garbage. I'm like,
and then I got on. I'm lucky enough that I get a party that has auto gratuity on it. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make at least some money tonight.
guaranteed.
Guaranteed money. Well, they were at 12. I'm like getting their orders, and then I go stop at my one table to see how they're doing. And I see these other people come in, and I'm like, the fuck? What the fuck? They grab an extra table and start just screaming.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of fucking banshees.
Manshee.
It was pretty much the one guy.
Yeah.
Banshee.
I'll call him Manshee because he was just yelling everything. And he was pulling tables, he was pushing things.
He was hooting and hollering.
He was like,
let me grab your drink orders, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna go ring in this half of the table's food and I'll come back for you. So I go to the back. Yo, I'm gonna ring in an 8. And they're like, yeah, no. The pilot light's out.
what?
What?
Excuse me?
They're like, so bottom end is like shut down. So that's half the kitchen. And literally everything that they ordered was on that side of the kitchen. So everything's fine. They eat. The food takes a little bit longer, but I'm apologizing. Everything's fine. And
But in all reality, it didn't take
that much longer. It probably took maybe 5-10 minutes longer. And I know that in like customer
brain.
hungry man time,
That's like 3 hours.
that's like 3 hours. But nobody seemed angry about it at the time. They had drinks. I made sure they had water. Even when the food came, they weren't like, "Mang, mang, 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 mang." Well, one girl is, but we'll get to her in a minute. One lady is like, hey, can I get my bill? I'm like, of course. So I get her bill, and I'm handing it to her. And I'm like, I just want to remind you that there is an auto gratuity already on the bill. There's a woman sitting here, and I'm handing it to this woman. This woman, who like, I'm like, you know, I just want to remind you there is an auto gratuity on the bill. She, what? Turns around, this fucking big ass bitch turns around with her horse breath, breathes all on me, and says,
what the fuck is on the bill?
You know, I go from 0 to 100 real quick.
Real fucking quick.
I was like,
oh.
It's an auto gratuity, so that means that the tip is included in the bill.
and so she's like,
Why in the world would we need that?
I explained to her in not the best way, because I'm fucking fuming, and I'm like,
She caught you off guard.
she caught me off guard, and the way she said it, I was like, I have to say this in the nicest way possible, but I'm so fucking angry that I don't know how to do that right now. She's like,
That is preposterous.
and I was like,
I could just see the spit flying out of her mouth.
on me, because
Yeah.
she's speaking up to me, and I'm still like, I'm just trying to get this one lady to pay, okay? She's like yelling at me at this point. All of the people at the table are paying attention to this, and she goes,
You're only supposed to tip if you liked the service.
and I was like, did you need the machine? Yeah? Okay, I'll go get one. And I'm like, one lady pays, she tips me on top of autograt. I do 3 laps around the entire restaurant, stopping at the table, clearing little things. And this woman is still talking about the auto gratuity. And so I told Emily, I pull her aside, I'm like, Emily, may I? And she's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah. She like goes in the back. I'm like, and I tell her, and I'm like, okay, so I think she wants to refuse the auto gratuity.
What I've done in the past is I just give them the cash. I just give it as a cash back.
Then I go back over and I do the ringleader. So she is clearly the one who organized this. I'm like, I just want to say sorry again for the food and everything. Our pilot light is still out. We are now not taking any orders in the kitchen. Like, we are refusing takeout, skip the dishes. We're not letting people come into the restaurant because we can't fucking cook anything, and the kitchen needs to catch up with the tables that are in the restaurant.
If they want to do just drinks, we'll do drinks, but
Yeah.
we can't do anything else.
Yeah, I'm explaining this, and she goes,
You know what? Our food took a really long time.
and I'm like, huh. Okay. It didn't, but yeah, no, I'm so sorry once again. Like I said, pilot light's still fucking out. She goes,
I think you should get us desserts.
first she was like, okay, should we get 6? And I was like, oh my god, I cannot do 6. Like, I was like,
No.
no. And the other nice people are like, no, 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 like, it's fine. Like, our food came. We're fine. We're fine. She goes, fine, we'll get 4. I'm like, oh, that's still
like $30 in desserts.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, no, for sure. Let me go get those started right away. And she goes,
Oh, and we want them done really fast because people are trying to leave. People want to leave.
I'm like, honey,
I
just said we're not taking any more food because the pilot light's still out. I know, like, you don't need a pilot light to make desserts, but they're still fucking busy because we're. Let me grab that for you. I'm so sorry. 1 second. So I go tell M, and I'm still have to do 5 other fucking payments. So I tell M, hi, they want 4 desserts. I don't give a fuck what they want. They just want 4 desserts.
4 desserts, kitchen. Sorry, but here's some food coming in.
So I go back and I have 3 more people. One was Horseface and then 2 other ladies. So I do the 2 other ladies first, and I'm like giving them their bills. I'm like, I just want to remind you that there is an auto gratuity on the bill. Okay, cool. So I do this ladies, whatever, boop, 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 good to go. And then I do this ladies, boop, 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 good to go. Thank you so much. And then I'm going to walk back to the POS station, and the one lady's like, oh, excuse me, what is this? And she's pointing at the service charge on the bill. And I'm like, it's the auto gratuity. That's already included in the bill. And she goes, oh, but I tipped you. I was like, yeah, I know, thank you. She goes, I don't want to though. If I'm already tipping you, I don't want to tip you more. I'm so sorry about that. I thought that when I was talking literally beside your face about the auto gratuity and pointing to the service charge that you would understand what it was. But let me run to the back, break some change to give you your $7.90. 1 second. So I go give her a change, I say sorry again, and then it's Horseface's turn to pay. And I'm waiting for her to, if she says one more thing about the auto gratuity, I will take it off. I'll be like, you know what, if you really, really want, I can grab you some change and you don't have to tip me. She didn't say anything. And I said, would you like your coffee, dear?
No.
Good. And I said farewell to the table, and I never went back until I had to clean it. You almost kicked me in the face, and I would have loved that. For those of you who don't know, I have emetophobia. It's a real thing. It's the fear of vomit. I'm fucking terrified of it. So, I had a table. I bring in their food, whatever, it comes out. And then I'm at a different table, and another server comes up to me and goes, hey, she's saying the egg's too hard. I'm like, okay. I touch the food. It's pretty cold now, so we need to remake the entire dish. And I was like, okay, manager, can you touch this table, see if they want medium, runny, like, what do they want? Okay, they want runny eggs. Motherfucking runny eggs.
Yeah.
Remember this. Remake it, we bring it out, and I walk around and they're doing fine, and then I walk around again and the woman's gone and there's a napkin in her plate, and I'm like, okay, she had like maybe 2 bites. I was like, oh, does she not like it, or like what happened? Like, what the fuck, bro? She goes, you can probably take it. She threw up in it. I was like, ah! I literally was like, I fucking backed up like this. I'm like, I'm gonna grab someone for you, and I ran to the back, and I'm like, I was like hyperventilating, and I'm like, may I? To like my 2 managers, and they're like, what's going on? I was like,
oh yeah, because they had never dealt with you.
They had never seen me like that. Big Boss fan knows that I have a fear.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my table threw up. My table, I can't go. I'm so sorry, I can't go. He's laughing his ass off at me, of course. He's like, I'll go deal with it, don't worry. I'm like, I need a minute. I'm sorry, I can't calm down. Fuck, it was so bad. Comes back and he's like, oh no, she just spit it out. She spit it up. It was too runny.
What?
Yeah, and then so she came up to me after, because like, they're like, yeah, she's in the bathroom throwing up. And I was like, okay. And she came up to me, she's like, I'm so sorry. And she's like breathing at me, it's okay. They're like, we'll just grab the bill. And then, of course, I'm like, and I don't want to, I'm like, okay, I don't have time to go get the manager to do a payment, so I'll do the payment. You just gotta fucking suck it up, Darianne. And so I'm doing the payment, and I'm like holding the machine out, and I'm like shaking. And she's like, where's my card? She's like, keeps looking at her mom, because I think she wants her mom to pay, and she's like... And I'm like... She goes, oh, I think the card's in the car, and she like gets up in front of me. I'm like, okay, I'll be back! And then I made my manager clean the table because I couldn't go near it. Best tippers, worst tippers.
Start with the best. No, start with the worst.
My worst tipper was the Monday night. This guy's card had got declined 3 times. He's like, ah. And he kept trying to like tap it and stuff. I'm like, bruh, you have no money in your account and you fucking know it. He's like, my tap doesn't work. And then he inserted it and it still got declined. He's like, what's going on? So his sister, his sister who looked like she was like 12 was like, yeah,
61?
Yeah. She's like, I'll pay. And I'm like,
No.
so I got like $2.50 on 45. I was like,
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, mine was the $1 on 79. Oh, sorry, not $1.
It was 99 cents.
I had the Friday guys, and it was the first time that I had served them in a very long time, and
they love you.
They fucking love me. They were all getting their bills, and they were all a little bit higher because they had gotten some food.
Food?
One of them tipped me $10 on 28, which was like the best one. Ringleader had given me a hundy to break his bill. But then he ended up getting like another beer after he had already gotten his bill. So I kept the change and I was like, okay, I'll just give your change again after this beer. And I go bring it, and since it was cash and it wasn't card, he couldn't do his normal give you 30%.
Yeah.
So he had just given me like a 5, and it was like a $30-something bill. And I was like,
that's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's not usual.
Him.
It's not him, right? So I go over and I'm like, thank you so much, guys. And I had left the bill for him. And as I'm talking to one table, Ringleader comes over with a 5, and he's just like, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't know. Like, I didn't know what the bill was. I'm so sorry. Here, take this. He gave me another 5.
Cute.
So that was like 10 on 30. I was like, fucking bless you.
My best tipper. The end. I had this table come in. They weren't in my section, but she had gotten like 3 tables, and she was like, hey, you can have this table. And I'm like, okay, cool, bye. And then so they told me that the little boy had a severe nut allergy, and he's like,
I will die. I will die if I have a nut.
I was like, Jesus, okay, cool. Do you have an EpiPen? Blah, blah, blah. Let me talk to the kitchen, see what I can get you. We can pretty much do a salad. To be the safest, we can do a salad. And he's like, I'm like, well, you're gonna die. If you don't. So, and his mom's like, okay, let's do chicken strips and fries. And I'm like, okay, well, they do go in the fryer, and like, nut can go in the fryer, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing my spiel.
Yes.
And she's like, mom says it's okay. Don't worry. Thank you so much. They eat, everything's good. And they're like, okay, we're just gonna get the bill. And I find out then they're friends with Big Boss Man. And Big Boss Man took like $30 off of their bill. And I was like, damn it. But whatever. You know, they seem like nice people. It's still an $80 bill. And then, so I'm doing payment, and they're like, we just want to thank you again. Like, we've never been to a restaurant where they've been so diligent about the whole, you know, nut thing. And I'm like, well, he could die. So, you know, you don't really want that to happen.
It's really bad for business.
It's really bad for business. I'm like, plus, you know, my boss, and like, I killed you.
It would not look good.
It wouldn't look good. And they're like, and that's hilarious. Little boy is so fucking weird. He's like, you know what? I'm like, what? He's like, I'm American. I'm like, dope, dude. That's awesome. She giving me $30 on 80. I was like, oh. So that's our fucking episode.
That's our episode.
If you like us complaining and crying and yelling,
like and subscribe.
Let us know what your favorite story is, and if you've ever been a bitch who's thrown up in a restaurant.
I was about to say, have you ever thrown up in a restaurant? Like and subscribe below.
And remember,
tip your motherfucking servers, bitch.